My son, today you must warn people that my judgment is coming. And I want you to warn my people that I am soon to return and to be ready, for I am coming quickly. Today, my son, you must share your testimony with the people so that they may be delivered. My son, go and tell the people who say that they know me and are not walking according to my word, whether they will hear or forbear. For I send thee to a rebellious house, says the Lord God of hosts, to a rebellious nation that is stiff-necked. Today, my son, I will crown you a priest among the people, openly. And on this day, my son, you shall choose your wife.
You really don't take me serious. Think I'm a joke. Alright, I don't need to get angry at nobody. I'm gonna let you think they wanna do what they say they gonna do, but they call themselves the church home to victory. Say they love me. They playing.
I felt so much pain in my life that I keep saying, Lord, so hard-headed at times. You said there's much in store. I understand that demons and devils up in the church, I play the fool. When I try to show love, I'm getting hurt like back in the day. Nobody knew about my problems, always knew you was dead, but didn't know how you was solving. Used to be so depressed, it comes back to take me back. In the world I ain't going, trying to reach pearly gates. Lord, please, deliver these fake Christians. And if I'm judging, forgive me, and thank you for forgiveness, feeling this pain. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna reach for the higher grounds, and I won't stop till the Lord come down. You only see the shell of a man, but just a scarred up heart is on the inside. A touch of pride tries to rise every now and then. Wanna be my friend, but you don't really love me. I speak on heavenly things, and you think I'm the dummy. Some of you think I don't be hearing from God, and that hurts. What's the reason why your heart is so hard? I know I'm running through your head now. What could you do if it was up to you? I'll be dead now. Just when I think I made a friend, they bail on me. Talk bad about me behind my back, that's hell, homie. But still I love you, feeling so much pain. What am I gonna do? Gonna reach for the higher grounds, and I won't stop till the Lord come down.
Lord knows I tried, been a witness to homicides and drive-bys, taking lives, little kids die. Wonder why as I walk by, broken hearted as I glance at the chalk line, getting high. This ain't the life for me, I wanna change, but ain't no future right for me, I'm stuck in the game. I'm trapped inside a maze, see this Tangeray influence me, they're getting crazy, disillusioned lately. I've been really wanting babies, so I can see a part of me that wasn't always shady. Don't trust my lady, cause she's a product of this poison, I'm hearing noises, think you're taking on my boys, can't take no more. I'm falling to the floor, begging for the Lord to let me into heaven's door. Shed so many tears.
What am I gonna do? I'm gonna reach for the higher grounds, and I won't stop till the Lord come down. I felt pain in my heart cause I've been going against the grain from the start. Just wanna see it thrown above the start, been known as an outcast all my life. And cry night after night. I wish I had a God who wiped my cousin off just like that. Nobody knows why. I really hope that he was safe and never really had a grave. I never say goodbye, trying to cope with it still. But still I wonder through the pain and the thunder, will you keep me from going under now? I try to cope with it, so then I pray to God. I wish that I could see him, but then it gets hard. I say the Lord take his memory out my brain. Still hoping for the latter rain. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna reach for the higher grounds, and I won't stop till the Lord come down.
No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise up against you in judgment you shall condemn. But this is the heritage of my saints, which is you, rod of correction, and your righteousness is of me, saith the Lord.
Till I'm gone up in the sky. Always wanted to fly, and I'm gonna get my chance and get out of chains. Do the same thing. If you refuse to follow Jesus, you a lame bro. He said this is all here. God's word. He just say you hear God. You oughta know. Well, I'm not your herd. Some preachers in my guts, but I'm just laughing at you. Y'all play too many games, but I ain't mad at you. I'm just letting you know. I ain't mad at you. I'm just letting you know. I ain't really mad at you. And I forgive you. I love you. I ain't mad at you. You can hate all you want, but I ain't mad at you. Yeah, I ain't mad at you. Yeah, I ain't mad at you. This ain't Doc, I ain't mad at you. Yeah. Touch not my anointing and do my prophets no harm. Cause if you bother my children, I'm gonna have to drop that holy bomb on you. Just as I warned you. I think you know the sound.
In Yeshua's name, I cut and burn all ungodly silver cords and ley lines. As your war club and weapons of war, I break down, undam, and blow up all walls of protection around all witches, warlocks, wizards, satanists, sorcerers, and the like. And I break the power of all curses, hexes,
This is called
spells,
Touch Not My Anointed,
psychic
and
breaks,
neither do my prophets no harm. Do my prophets no harm.
sorcery, magic.
I want to let y'all know that I was instructed to do this video to let the harmful situations unto you, if you decide to do or think or want to try or get somebody else to do or speak evil of a prophet such as myself or any true prophet or any anointed man of God or God's anointed, period. Steal from, take from, lie on, lie to, set up, trap, plot, plan, whatever you think about doing, God got you. Let me give you a quick example. A few years back, I was institutionalized at a mental institution here in Augusta, Georgia, called East Central Georgia Regional. Each time I went there, well, you know what, I'm gonna go back further. It was a woman who, I was, trying to leave a certain place I was staying at. It was my mom and dad, and not they, but the person, they didn't mind taking me in, so they took me in, and they took me in, and supposedly I'm thinking, me being naive, that was their place, so they let me come and stay, and I stayed, and but then after me being there for so long, maybe a couple of days, I really had nowhere to go. I got tricked into believing that place was there, but it wasn't. It was somebody else's, whom I knew. And this woman, I ended up getting put out because she lied, because I thought it was her place. But at that time, my understanding was low, and I didn't really have a spirit of discernment like I have now. So, but either way, I was still God's anointed. I was still chosen by God. I just maybe wasn't lined up, but still, they don't discredit nothing God said, because God can't lie. Now, I ended up, moving out and going, finding my own place, went through some stuff, found out after later on I was institutionalized. But when I got out of the institution, I found out that, okay, stop right there. When I got into the institution, I was mishandled by the caretakers in there, the doctors, the nurses, the HSTs, meaning the on-site counselors, like, not necessarily counselors, but people who handle the people that are in the unit, some of y'all know what I'm saying, the workers. I'm just gonna say that's all they are, workers, because they're not really responsible for whatever goes on in there. They can do what they want to do and get away with it and say we ain't got nothing to do with that, But that's just the way that goes. But when I got put in there, I ended up getting abused. They was letting the patients beat on me, over-medicated, mixed-medicated. I was lied on. I had physical problems. They ignored it, and it got worse. During this time, I decided that I was on my way back to God. This is before I got delivered from HIV, so I'm on my way back to God, and they ended up still doing what they was doing while I was in there. I'm in there laying hands on the sick, praying for folk, leading folk to the Lord. You know, I was still in my midst, but I was pushing for deliverance. I was seeking to get a way out, but I was still serious about wanting to do the things, even though I wasn't where I needed to be. So while I was in there, I was operating in the prophetic. You can be not delivered and still have the prophetic gift in you. You know, and I was prophetic in that place. I was prophesying, telling folk that God was going to, he was going to deal with this place. He was going to deal with each and every last one of them that put their hands on me the wrong way, that done me wrong, that touched God's anointing. I kept warning them. I kept warning them. Sound familiar? I kept warning them. I kept warning you. I kept warning you. And you didn't listen. Now, a lot of y'all, now, I'm not talking to everybody, but this is the ones that did me wrong. Now, I'm going to let y'all know. God took from you what you took from me. You took away my comfort. You took away my peace, my serenity during that time. So God took away what the same you took from me, but double. A lot of y'all lost y'all's jobs because of what I spoke to y'all. And a lot of y'all, when I saw y'all out in the street here in Augusta, Georgia, you was like, man, you was right, man. Like, man, that place crazy, man. Like, man, Rod, you warned them. You warned all of us, and we ain't take heed. A lot of y'all got relocated. You know what I'm saying? You got moved to other units. A lot of y'all got fired. You know what I'm saying? Kicked out. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that went on. You know what I'm saying? And God moved on my behalf because I was still God's anointed, regardless of who you was or who you thought I was, who you wanted me to be in your mind, because your mind ain't got nothing to do with what God said. Now skip fast forward. I got out of the mental institution around that time. The woman who had me put out before I went in there, because I was going from place to place, hotel to hotel. I got a deep story, but I'm going to tell it. Not right now. But I ended up finding out her daughter worked up at a restaurant here, which is Baldino's. Come to find out, I asked her how mom was doing. She said her mom had died of a heart attack. Judgment. I had warned her mom. I told her mom, I said, you're going to reap what you sow. God going to get you. Because I had nowhere to go. I said, God going to get you. She died of a heart attack. God killed her. That's the truth. Y'all can get mad at me, but you got family members that go to church and hear the same thing I'm preaching. So I don't want to hear that. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Word still word, God still God. You get mad, fight me, but really who you fighting is who's in me. The King of Glory. You can't kill God, you ain't gonna kill me. So stop trying. So and fast forward to that. Now that brings me to my next point. A minister, a well-known preacher. He's an apostle, you know what I'm saying? He had his ways. He did some stuff he should not have done. He got out of pocket, you know what I'm saying? I heard who he used to be before he got saved. That ain't got nothing to do with what God called him to do now. There's order, there's decency, there's practicing morals, there's justice, there's judgment. Everything is discernment. There's proper order, proper etiquette. There's doing things the right way. Not sneaking around doing stuff you ain't got no business doing. I went to his church service and I stood up in front of the whole church because there's some stuff going on with my spouse, my significant other. My wife's name was Valencia. His name is Valencia Brown Spurgeon. We was going to this church, Trumpet in Zion. We was, I brought her there because I'm serious about the Lord. You know what I'm saying? So don't think I'm some gigolo in the street. But I brought her there. It ain't chasing holes in the church. So get that out your mind, out your mouth, out your face. I brought her to the church. Was in the praise team. The apostle was doing some out of order stuff. Called my wife at odd hours of the night. But he denied it when I called and asked him. Because I saw proof in the phone. In my wife's phone. I wrote down records. I still got it to this day. You know what I'm saying? Different. And then I'm told her I can't call him in the middle of the night like that. Not after 8 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? So then, I stood up and I prophesied judgment. At his church, at the church, he's the overseer of it. I prophesied judgment. They thought he was the devil. But since I obeyed God, I felt like I was going to drop dead when I almost did not speak what I was told to speak. A woman named Apostle Barbara Thomas prophesied that God was going to send out his prophets to go speak words of judgment. I posted it on Facebook and I put that word up with it that I was given, that it was going to be a great catastrophe. So I put that word up and I went there and I prophesied. And same night, I prophesied exactly what she prophesied was what took place after I prophesied at the church. Folk was wanting to fight me because of what was spoken. after church. His own son wanted to swing on me because while I was talking to my wife about what was going on the phone, and nobody wanted to hear when I was there. So when I prophesied judgment, judgment was lingering in it and it still is. Because it's what's been prophesied in that church before it had nothing to do with me. I was just being used to speak boldly what was going on in that church. So basically, let me sum this all up. I don't want to make this a long video. I ended up prophesying that, and then the apostle preached, and I received a double anointing. I got filled with more fire. I didn't die. I didn't drop dead. I got filled with more fire because I obeyed. The Bible says, I give my spirit to them that obey. So I got more. That's why he preached the way he preached that night, because God had to give me a dose. And the way he preached, he dropped one knee and got right back up and shot fire. And I received a double dose. So y'all don't think that the devil got cast out. He didn't. I just got elevation. I got promoted. You understand? So then a couple weeks ago is when it get interesting. I was watching Juanita Bynum, Exposing the Jezebel Spirit. And y'all know that that's my assignment, Jezebel. So I study on that. I encourage a lot of y'all to study that because you can get a great deliverance out of studying Jezebel. It's always a revelation when you study about Jezebel's spirit. And it starts with you. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what makes you powerful when you get her out. You start walking in where you're supposed to be. But anyway, I ended up I got a revelation after watching a video, Breaking the Jezebel Spirit. He said, call him. Be bold with him and tell him there's some stuff he need to be delivered from. I called him. I said, man of God, I was sitting there watching blah, 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 blah. You know, the Lord told me, show me this and that, this and that. He's told me to tell you there's some stuff you need to be delivered from. He was like, man, I ain't know about that stuff. You know, I'm covered in the blood. But he started flattering me at first. You know, like, oh, yeah, right, true, yeah. Like he was receiving it. But then when I told him what the Lord told me to tell him, he said, man, I ain't worried about that stuff. I'm covered in the blood. I said, I know you are, man of God. I know you are. But even the truest ones need to be checked. Even the greatest ones need deliverance. My pastor, Bishop Morris Williams, who's affiliated with Trumpet and Zion, went through a deliverance himself at the church that he goes to now, at Turning Point Restoration Ministries. So, you know what I'm saying? So I know I ain't telling no lie. So I told him, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I got to go. Talk to you later. All right, click. On the phone up. He on the phone up on me while I was talking to him. So he had another call, which I didn't believe. So he on the phone up. And after he on the phone up, you know what I'm saying? Maybe about a week, 2 weeks later, I got a text from a sister. And Maxine Hopkins, y'all can look up Maxine Hopkins on YouTube, you know, Inner Healings, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can look Valencia Brown up Facebook, Valencia Brown Spurgeon, _ Spurgeon. Anyway, Move for God mixtape, It's Time album coming out. Shout out, baby, I love you. But anyway, I ended up texting my YouTube video, My Last Chance. It's on YouTube now. Under Joseph Jehu. I was, you know what I'm saying, spared my YouTube with my testimony in it, how God delivered me from HIV. And it's on my album, My Last Chance. So I sent out videos, and her was one of the videos I sent, and she was like, did you hear about Apostle's testimony? I was like, no, what happened? She was saying that he about like got stabbed to death. Now I'm gonna stop right there. Y'all better wake up, man. You keep trying to do me harm. You keep trying to set me up. You keep trying to plot against me. Because you got something in you that don't like God. It ain't me you don't like. It's called greed, you understand? You want me dead so much? God already told me he ain't gonna let no harm come to me. I believe the word of the Lord. You might not believe it, but just because you don't believe it, don't mean it ain't gonna work for me, because God can't lie. You the liar, because you lie to yourself thinking God ain't gonna fight for me. That's your lie that you want to believe. Lies don't last. You ain't noticed that? Because you gotta tell one lie. Well, if you tell one lie, you gotta tell another one to cover it up. But I just want to make this video and let y'all know, touch not the anointed of the Lord. David himself knew not to touch Saul, no matter how much wrong he thought of him. He didn't do nothing to him. He didn't touch him. He didn't put his mouth on nothing that Saul was doing. You see what happened to Saul, right? It's such a sad thing to see a dignitary lose. But you know, I'm not gonna play with y'all. I just made this video to let y'all know that God is in me, and the more I obey, the more he fight. He fight for those who serve him. You understand? So y'all have a great day, a blessed day, and keep your mouth off me. Keep your mind, your evil thoughts off me, and we're gonna be okay. You understand? Now, if you want to sow to this ministry, go to PayPal and sow to
I'm choosing my
Death King.
I need to know what Jezebel is plotting so I can destroy prophets with the hotness. Witchcraft gon' stop it. Yeah, these preachers are the strong illusion. Yeah. Mic check 1, 2. We in the house. Without a doubt. Yo, I dedicate this to number 1, number 2, and the whole city of you know who. Check. Now as I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, nor be dismayed at the people's face. The breath I take won't be the last one. For the one who runs this race won't be the fast one. As the sold out brother, do he know of a crooked preacher that try to set him up? The pastor's head, take his inheritance and sleep with his wife, leave him for dead, and I will say yes. I call him Ahab, but yet I'm still breathing and blessed. I take a test and pass it. No weapon formed against me, so quit thinking you gon' blast it. I'm past every roadblock, I'm so hot, I'm burning with the spirit of Jehovah. I don't care how loud your motor is, it's over, kids. I'm trying to compete for my defeat, cause no surrender, no retreat. To defeat the purpose of the rod of correction. Boogie, you tripping, what else you sipping? And besides that question I had to ask you, church, where's your love at?
Where is your